Okay, so I know it doesn't look like it, but today was cleanup day in here, and I still need to vacuum and do a bunch of other stuff, but I figured I'd interrupt what I was doing just to shoot this video because it might actually help some of you out there. So long story short, you already know the deal with all this, and I've been kind of going back and forth on how to reconfigure things and get some stuff out of the way and park both cars in the garage. And if you've seen that thumbnail, you know that I was able to do it, but it was a tight squeeze. So this time I figured I'd do a little bit more of a scientific method and see how things could work out. And what I ended up doing worked really well. So I figured I'd make this video and kind of show you how everything worked out. Long story short, way back in the day, I built this little scale garage that is exactly the scaled down version of the actual garage, so that we could figure out the layout for this back wall and how we were going to do cabinets and how many and what, and if we were going to do lockers or not, etc. Obviously we went with a little bit of a different configuration because we needed more of the actual drawer space in there. But since this is all perfectly to scale, which is to 1/18 scale, so basically these models are 1/18 the size of the real cars. So all the measurements are just essentially divided by 18. So what I was able to do is take the measurement off the footers for the sides of the garage doors, and then take a measurement from the distance from here to where I want the tires after placing the car where I figure it would be most comfortable with the mirrors not hitting anything, being spaced out. And so what I was able to do then was take that measurement and I put some painter's tape down with that measurement off that wall, and then I measured the wheelbases of each car. So Boxster ended up being like 68 inches, 944 is 69. But again, that doesn't really account for the mirrors, so we're kind of going off the model as far as spacing between the cars go. But it worked out really well because after mapping out the wheel positions of both cars, and it looks like it fit pretty well. Like that could just come straight in if all this stuff wasn't here. But if you pull this in and pull this in, it gives you about a 3-foot spacing in between both of the cars as a walkway path, with about a total of 1 foot 9 inches off the wall. Now that wall space is different because obviously you can't push the car all the way up against the wall, and the actual opening here is 188 inches. So what this means is technically we could shift one of the car marks over enough and bring one or both of the cars in just a couple inches, and maybe bring this center walkway path down to about, I don't know, maybe 2.5 feet, but just to give you some extra spacing off the walls. But I think what it does mean is that I'm really gonna have to reconsider potentially doing cabinets or anything on the ground here. I still think we could do the top cabinets like we've done on that side up there and pick up a couple things, but I'm just gonna have to get a little bit creative. But either way, I just wanted to show a little bit of method to the madness, and I figure a lot of the Porsche geeks would get a kick out of this. But so far, it's worked out pretty well. And after measuring that 3-foot walk space between both cars where the tape is mapped out, if I come here and I take a measurement, it's right around 2 inches, which multiply that by 18, 36 inches. So it ends up working out like dead perfect to the model. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of cool. I figured you guys would get a kick out of that. And if you're looking to redo stuff in your garage at home, maybe head to Costco, pick up a couple model cars that are close to the dimensions of what you have, and pick up some foam board from Walmart and go from there. And it can help you put together a layout and see things how they will be versus trying to just do measurements and think about it all in your head. So that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching, you guys. See you in the next one.